Hello and welcome to Veterans Park in Hamilton, New Jersey, where today the Cardinals of Lawrence Township will be taking on both Nottingham and Notre Dame in exciting cross-country action here on LTPS TV, Cardinal Sports.
I'm Adil Khani, LTPS TV, joined by Coach Collins. How are you today?
Doing well, thank you.
We're here at the start of the race. The gun's about to go off, so can you tell me a little about the teams?
Sure. Today we're racing against both Nottingham High School, which is Hamilton North. They're in the dark blue uniforms. And then Notre Dame High School, just down the road in Lawrence, and they're in the white tops and the sort of the lighter blue uniforms. Notre Dame, as you can see, has got a pretty large team, historically, big cross-country team. We're at Veterans Park here in Hamilton. It's a 5K race, which is about 3.1 miles, and should be a pretty good race. Nice day. It's a little bit on the warmer side. It's sunny out, but we'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm. So what do you need to make the team?
There's the great thing about cross country. There's no cuts. The top 7 is considered the varsity, and top 5 score. But you're thrown into the mix. There's for these races, there's no freshman, JV, or varsity race. Everyone races together, and like I said, everyone gets to participate. So that's the great thing about the sport. Plus, you're out here in the in these parks in this great weather, and all you need to do is have the willingness to train. Mm-hmm. So.
Now we're going to make our way to the finish line.
Yep, Notre Dame has pulled away. This is Brendan McMinnon, finishing in about 16 minutes, 51 seconds for Notre Dame. They're going to go 1-2 here against us. But our number 1 runner and captain, Audley Clark, had a great race today. So he's finishing in 18 minutes and 12 seconds, so not too far behind. Mm-hmm. And I actually told him to stay back in the beginning. You might have seen him looking around at the beginning. So he was just supposed to ease up the first mile and then push up in the middle. So that's what he did. So nice race. He's holding off the Notre Dame and Nottingham kids behind him. And he actually could even gone a little bit faster if I'd let him run hard the whole way.
Yep, looks like he came in third, followed by some more. No, looks like Notre Dame.
Yeah, Notre Dame. There's a Nottingham kid, but then there's going to be a bunch of Notre Dame kids coming in. They've got a strong squad. And then our second person coming in is going to be, we should be seeing Kenny Grisick, who's a junior for our team, who had a good race and has been having a strong fall training season. So he should be coming in soon after, again, a couple of these Notre Dame kids finish up.
How can you tell who comes in like first, second, or third since the teams are outnumbered?
Yeah, well, when we come in, there's a numbering system. They're given a card or a pin when they finish up. And again, top 5 score. So it's only the top 5 are against the top 5 of theirs. So you can see Kenny having a nice, solid finish here as well. Good kick there, kicking the Notre Dame kid. And so it doesn't matter if they have 30 or 40 kids. It's only their top 5 versus our top 5. Then again, a couple more Notre Dame and Nottingham kids coming in. Our third runner today is going to be sophomore Michael O'Rourke. And so he's going to have a nice little run for him today. Again, the instructions for all the kids today was to take the first mile kind of easy. It was our first race. It was a hot day, and so we wanted to finish strong. So we went out a little bit on the easier side so we could finish a little bit stronger early in the season.
You see teams and maybe the players, the runners coming in the end and just sprinting.
Yeah, no matter what kind of race you have, sort of the last 100 meters, people are pretty much able to dig down and try and kick it in. This is where all the parents and the teammates are, so you get that last surge of energy. Mm-hmm. So again, this is Mike O'Rourke. There's about 50 runners, and Mike's finishing about 19th today. So, again, nice little run for Mike. This is just his second year doing cross-country.
Do you think most of the runners will exhaust their energy if they sprint up, between the finish line and the end? The start and the finish.
Yeah, you're talking about not being able to pace themselves very well if they go out too hard. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Especially it's the first meet of the season. It's about 80 degrees and sunny, a little humidity. So you go out a little bit too hard, you sort of die in the middle there. So what we were trying to do is make sure we didn't do too much of that by going out a little bit easier, and then later on in the season, if the meets are a little bit cooler and we get a little bit in better shape, we can go out a little bit harder earlier on. So our goal is to run well at the county meet and the sectional meet, which is at the end of the season. So we're willing to lose to a couple teams early on while we're training and learning how to race. And then hopefully some of the teams that we were beaten by early in the season, we will then beat them at the county meet at the end of the year, where it's more important.
Okay, are they told which way to go as they wind through the forest?
Yeah, it's pretty nice courses that we go to, Veterans Park and Mercer County Park. So they're lined pretty well. Every now and then you do have someone make a wrong turn, but either cones or arrows pointed on the ground, and we go out to a lot of parks to try and run and train with them as well, so we can figure out which ones are which. Again, there's some experience. If you've run here a couple times, you should sort of know where you're going. And again, the next couple runners coming in should be Mike Marsh, two seniors actually, Mike Marsh and Brandon Morrow. So here are these guys coming in. And Mike ran cross country his freshman year and took off a couple of years. He's back for his senior year, and Brandon, this is his first year. So even though seniors, not a lot of experience yet, so we expect them to sort of make a big push later in the season when they get in better fitness. So they ran about 22 minutes, about 45 seconds. So it's about 7:15 pace for 5K, 7 minutes 15. Maybe a little bit slower. So we're getting the heat and early in the season. And this is Mike's younger brother, Pat Marsh. Pat's a junior, and he's been running cross country and track for a couple years for us. He's got a nice little finish here as well. Good arm action there, and he got him at the end.
Has there been players ever been tied during the races?
Yeah, we don't. They can be given the same time, but normally you declare one runner the winner over the other one. So if they come across, they might have the same time, but normally one will get the nod ahead of the other. So I think this is most of our runners are in. So we might be winding down. All the Lawrence runners are in. I think the girls' race is going to be going off pretty soon.
Yep. Should be making our way shortly to the girls' race. Notre Dame still finishing up strong.
Yep, again, they get big numbers. So I encourage anyone out in Lawrence who's interested in getting in shape, either running competitively, you like to run, maybe you don't know how good you are. You can sort of see a lot of these runners maybe aren't the top ones in their team, but they're getting in shape for other sports, so they just like to run, like to be part of a team. So come on out and join the boys and girls Lawrence cross country team.
Do you see the same runners for the winter and spring track?
We try and get that to happen. We have some distance runners that are on our team that don't run cross country because they're involved in either other sports or activities, and so they come out for winter or spring track. And then there are a few people, not too many, that run cross country but might switch to a different sport. So a lot of distance runners end up running 2 or 3 seasons. So cross country, winter track, and spring track. So some of the people are doing it just to get in shape. Some of the girls you'll see in the next race are sprinters who run track and are simply running cross country to get in better shape for track. So they won't be as competitive early in the season because, again, they're not pure distance runners. They're doing it just for fitness purposes.
Now at the start of the girls' race.
Yep, same 3 teams. Got Nottingham over on the left in the dark navy blue, Lawrence obviously in red, and then Notre Dame with the big army there of runners. One of the girls in this race actually is one of the best girls in the state and one of the better girls in the country, and that's the girl over on the left taking the lead right now. Her name's Grace Dwyer. She's a senior. She actually won the county meet as a freshman, and again, she's been an All-American in high school, running the 5K on the track actually outdoors. So she's won a Meet of Champions title, and again, she's one of the better girls in the state, and even one of the better girls in the nation from Nottingham. So she's a fantastic girl from Mercer County. So she won't really be challenged. The Notre Dame girl will probably go after her for a little bit, Grace probably won't be going all out today.
As to go out in the woods, are the boys and girls had the same track and same distance?
Yep, 5K, which is just a little over 3 miles, 3.1 miles. You can see our Dana Akeda was our first runner. She's a senior. She ran cross country for the first time last year. And she told me, like so many other people does, I wish I would have done this earlier. So, because I've never had someone come out to cross country and say they didn't like it. They enjoyed it. Just they think it's going to be too hard, or they're not going to enjoy it. It is hard work, but everyone enjoys it by the end. And then we've got the sprinters. We showed Satea Gordon and Maria Monteroso and Brittany Scott, all young, 2 sophomores and a junior there, and never ran cross country, but they're doing it to get in shape for track. So this is their first 5K race they've ever done. Okay, so it's a big deal for them, and so it's exciting, but they're a little bit nervous because, again, they're used to running 100 meters and 200 meters and 400 meters, and now they're running a 3-mile race, so it's a big deal for them.
Now we just made our way to the finish line in Nottingham.
Yep, so this is, again, Grace Dwyer, so she's going to run fantastic, 19 minutes, 17 seconds for 5K, and this was not even a hard effort for her. You can sort of see her. She sort of seems like she's even jogging in, so she's out of breath, but she wasn't kicking it at all. Notre Dame girl, Mary Kate Bailey, actually this is a pretty good race for her. She's going to finish up at about 19 minutes and 35 seconds, so she should do well at the county meet at the end of the year. And then you're going to see a long string of Notre Dame runners coming in. They've got a big team, and it's a pretty solid girls team they've got. It's going to be a little stretched out a little bit, but they should be coming in fairly frequently, every 10 to 15 seconds.
Is 5K with the shortest race you guys race?
It's the standard race. There are a few instances where our first meet of the season we went down to Cherokee High School, and that was a 2-mile race. But standard most of the time we're racing the 3-mile 5K course. And then when we go to track, distance runners have more options. There's the mile they can run. There's the 2-mile. And some of them dip down, even go down to the half-mile. So in track, you got some shorter distances. So cross country for high school is the longest race that they'll be running all year.
Probably need good practice with your pace and energy coming strong.
Yep, a lot of mileage. So it depends. The better girls that you're seeing racing here have been training all summer. They're used to running 3, 4, 5, 6 miles a day. So you work your way up to it. So you don't start with 6 miles. So some of our sprinter girls were starting with as little as 1 to 2 miles, and they've been working their way up because, again, they're sprinters, and this is their first year doing it. Dana, who ran cross country last year, her mileage is a little bit higher. She's running 3 miles and 4 miles, and she'll be moving up to 5 miles soon. So it's a gradual process. So you got to work on it over days and weeks and months. You can't just start with high mileage. And then, like you said, you got to practice on how fast you do it. You got to push yourself, but only push yourself enough that you can handle to finish the distance.
Is there a minimum amount of competitors and teammates who need to have qualify?
You do to score. You do need to have 5 scores. So today, again, with a small team, we have a couple entries and a couple new people that weren't able to compete yet. So you need 5 to score. 7 is your varsity. As you can see with Notre Dame's big team, there's no maximum. So you can have 30 or 40 people on a team at the race, which is fun. More people to run with.
Yep.
But you do need 5 people to finish to have a score. If you don't have 5 people finish, no score. A girl, a little trouble there, breathing or spitting or something. And then I think we're going to see Lawrence's first run of Dana coming in soon. And again, when she does, she's having a pretty decent race. If this is not her personal best, it's actually pretty close to it, which is pretty good for her first meet of the season. Again, I told her and the other runners, the girls, I want the first mile kind of easy because it was hot and it was our first race. So she's going to 25:08 for 3 miles. So that's a pretty good start of the season for her. So if we can get that down another 2 minutes, that's going to be a pretty successful season for her. So 25:08.
Along the track, is there like mile markers so they know how far they have run?
Around the course? Yeah, there is. Sometimes it's painted down there, and coaches are out there sort of giving them splits. So some of the runners who use that information to know if they're going too fast or too slow, and then we'll record the information and give that to them at the end. And again, like you were talking about pace, making sure they're not going too slow or making sure they're not going too fast. If you're going too slow, you're not working hard enough. If you're going too fast, you might crash and burn, not be able to finish strong, or you might have to walk. So, like you said, knowing how fast you're going is important.
Looks like here comes another person from Notre Dame.
Yep, and I think we might see Maria and Satea coming in kind of soon. Again, this is their first 5K race ever. Not easy for them to finish. They're sprinters. They're used to doing the 100 and 200 and 400 meters. So they're really extending themselves. But again, it shows their toughness. They're willing to try something that's not comfortable for them to try and get better for track. And here they are.
Yep.
And you can sort of see the sprinters in them coming out here. So good arm action here. This is at the end of 3 miles. So 27 minutes, 23 seconds. Their first 5K race ever.
Yep.
And you can see, you were asking the question before, the official was pointing out, even though they finished together, one of them will be awarded a place ahead of each other. Just try not to give out any ties.
You probably need to stay well hydrated before the race so you can finish up strong.
Yeah, certainly throughout the season, and especially early part of the season. I mean, throughout the entire season it's important, but especially these early days, we've had some heat waves here in September. So you can see it's affecting. I know it's affected some of the other sports, and our sport is uniquely affected because there's no timeouts and there's no halftime for 20 to 30 minutes. These guys and girls are running, and there's no stopping. So you do have to stay hydrated throughout the day beforehand, and make sure you take some water before your race, because when the heat gets up, you feel it.
Yeah, I believe they're not allowed to carry like bottle of water on the track with them.
Yeah, there's some rules about that, about carrying water. So for 5K, it's not seen as long enough that you need to carry water, and there's no water stops, so it's not like the marathon. So yeah, there's no water breaks for high school cross country or for track.
Looks like Notre Dame finishing it up.
Yep, and then the last girl we have scoring for us was going to be Brittany Scott. So she'll be coming in soon. Again, Brittany's a sophomore, but this is her first year running cross country. And the same thing, running 3 miles is a little bit past her comfort zone, but she's doing it to get in shape for winter and spring track.
Here it looks like here she comes right now.
Yep. Okay. So 3 miles, and this is first 5K ever. So she'll start off this and get better as she continues to train and race. And this year, end of the year, she'll be better than now, and next year she'll be even better. So that's the great thing about this sport. Everyone gets better.
Yep.
Doesn't matter how good you are at the start. So she's about 32 minutes and 26 seconds for her first 3 mile race ever.
It's good, and you just watched Varsity. Excuse me. You just watched a track meet. Cross country. Lawrence versus Nottingham versus Notre Dame. Thanks for watching. This has been Adil Khan with Coach Collins. Thanks for watching.